So in its most simplest term, all the chord is a series of single notes that, when all played together, create a sound that is pleasing to our ears. Just as a colour, like the green grass behind me, is pleasing to look at, green is pleasing to the eyes, so our nice sky blue colours pleasing to our eyes. Sounds can also be pleasing to our ears. I don't know the exact science behind it, but that's just the way it is. Same as how smells can be pleasing to our noses. Chords can be pleasing to listen to. So what chords do, they take the song on a journey. C, back to G, D7, and it's almost like your ears are going on a little adventure just for a moment. And those chords allow our songs to take a different path, a different direction. So without chords, our tunes can actually sound quite flat. What I'll do, I'll put on the screen now a little roller coaster that I created. Now you can see on this roller coaster that it doesn't look very exciting. This is the kind of roller coaster that you'd take your grandma on. So you can see it's very flat. Now if I was to play the tune Boiling Cabbage Down without any chords, it'd sound like this. Nothing wrong with that at all. In fact, some of the earlier banjos, some of the very first banjos that were created, didn't have frets. See these little wires? These frets? Some of the earlier banjos didn't actually have any frets, they were just fretless. And you can still buy them to this day, they're just called fretless banjos if you wanted to have a go with one of them. Now with a fretless banjo, obviously there are no defined points where you put your fingers, so to do tricky chord shapes that require 3 or more fingers, it's not really possible. So a lot of early banjo players used to play with no frets, and all they'd ever do was single finger fretting, or maybe at the most they'll just use 2 fingers to fret 2 strings at once. It's only because we've got frets now, we've got the ability to single out actual notes and create complex 4-finger chord positions. But yeah, some of the earlier banjos, and that's probably why we're tuned to these open tunings, to like a G, and then you can play tunes with just single string fretting like I just showed you then with Boiling Cabbage Down. But as things have evolved, we've now got frets and we can create chord shapes, and it allows us to take our tune in different directions. So let's take that same tune, and I'll put on the screen now a different version of that roller coaster. And now you can see on this one how we've got our chord changes, and you can see how it takes the ride up and down, dips and turns, and it creates a little bit more adventure with the tune that we're playing. So I'll play Boiling Cabbage Down again, this time with the chord changes, and just watch how the ride takes its dips and its climbs, and how it really takes our ears on a little adventure. So you can really hear the difference there, how the tune, as it carries through, it goes up and down and really makes our ears enjoy the little adventure that it goes on. And you'll notice as well, obviously we're tuned to standard open G, the tune starts and ends in G. And what that means is that tune is in the key of G. So when a tune starts, it goes through its whole adventure, and then it finishes on the same note that it started on, in this case a G. That means the tune is in the key of G, which is a good thing because our banjo is tuned to G, and a lot of folk songs and a lot of modern music is in the key of G. So that's a great thing for us, isn't it? Because that means our main chord, we don't even have to fret, we just let it ring out.